It is 5:52. Welcome back. We're talking about how our education here in America compares internationally. This is Keith Ballard. He has many accolades. You were the 2003 Educator of the Year. You're an ASU Hall of Famer, teaching currently in San Diego, but
That's
recently
correct.
back from trips to China and India. Tell us what you found over there.
Well, it was an amazing experience, and the biggest difference I see, especially in China, where the education system is so good. Let's put it in perspective. Let's talk football, because Americans seem to understand football. The Chinese public educational system is so good; it's something like the NFL, whereas the American educational system, we're playing no better than high school football.
Okay, and you're talking about a sports analogy here, but this is not any kind of like a military academy. This is public education in China, and this is what they consider their break during the academic day.
This is correct, and this is a typical average high school. And look, it's not just that they're running, but look how they're running. In step, in formation, there's an incredible amount of discipline, and the same discipline that you see here is inside their classrooms. My question to you is, could we do this in America at any school other than a military academy? I'd hate to say, but I'd say the answer would have to be no.
That's kind of a troubling thing to look at here. Now, you also went to India, and you got some kids on tape and asked them a very simple question.
What do you want to be?
Let's take a listen here.
Psychiatrist. Great, great. What do you want to be?
Engineer.
Engineer. What do you want to be?
Software engineer.
Software engineer. What do you want to be?
Indian Foreign Service.
Indian Foreign Service. What do you want to be?
I want to be a doctor.
You want to be a doctor. Great. What do you want to be?
I want to be a doctor.
You want to be a doctor. How about you?
I want to be a scientist.
Software engineer.
Computer
How old are these
Computer
kids,
engineer.
Keith?
Well, this what do you want to
Software
be
engineer.
came from my
You wanna be a
video
collector. Oh, that's a good
on my
job. So
YouTube
you-
channel, Keith Ballard 1. But these kids, I interviewed kids all the way from about first grade, maybe 600 kids in each country from many different schools, from first grade all the way up. And here's the clear difference. The type of answers I was getting are so much different than over here.
Right.
And I mean, the kids, if you look at their eyes and you see what they're doing, they're definitive. You see, they're hungry over there. They don't hate us as Americans, Indians or Chinese, but they're not. They're more than willing to take our lunch and our dinner and our American dream, and they're hungry. And they're on their way to doing it. Believe me, what's going on in the schools? You see, in America, we don't understand we're in a global education competition. We're so far removed from what's going on in the world. And let me tell you, there is a major global education competition. I'd say the new tsunami to come next is going to be the Chinese public educational system. Right now, we've already lost. We thought our R&D jobs were protected. We knew manufacturing was going to go, but what's happened in China is about 25% of those R&D jobs, those high-end, high-paid, high-tech jobs,
Right.
we've lost in the last 6 years, and we're going to lose more. And this is the reason why. These kids are hungrier. They're more intellectual. I'm just telling you, we need to wake up, America, because we're getting left behind.
And we had the story just 10 minutes ago about how one school district here in Arizona is trying to increase the standard for student athletes to a C average, and that's meeting some competition, some challenges from people. So what do families and communities need to do here in Arizona and across the country to make a difference?
Well, it's more what our government needs to do at this point. You got to understand, in China, they go to school 230 days a year. We're doing 175, 180. They go 3.5 hours more a day. They're starting kindergarten at age 2. We start kindergarten at age 5. It's 25% of our kids start kindergarten at age 6. So at the end, by age 18, here's what it's going to look like. A typical Chinese student will be 6 years ahead in terms of Arizona school time. And what I failed to mention was, on Saturdays, the great majority of the kids also go to a private school because it's so competitive there, which lasts another 3 or 4 hours. So what would I say here in America? You know what? Whatever you can do to push your kid academically, if they're here in American schools, they should be getting no less than B's and A's to even be marginally competitive, and probably more like A's if they want to compete for those high-tech, high-paid, high-end jobs, because it's a very competitive world. It's a much more competitive world than it was when I graduated in 1981.
Well, we all know that, even domestically for our jobs, but those high-paying research and development jobs, like you said. Keith, you've given us a lot to think about. Sounds kind of ominous, but at least, it's food for thought, and you can go see more about his YouTube channel It's pretty wild video. Check it out when you have time, and we put a link on our morning show webpage on cbs5az.com. Thanks for coming in with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
We're going to take a
I
quick break,
appreciate it.
and we will be right back. It's 5:57.